Okay. Good morning from cold winter Melbourne. Although it's a sunny day, it's still cold. Um, Here it's 11 o'clock, quarter past 11 a.m. And depending where you are, hopefully you can stay up and listen to what I have to say and pretty much go through the charts. Um, in front of me, we've got Matic. Matic's been one of my good ones, and I've been focused on it for a while, and for good reason. You can see the bounce almost did the all-time high as well. So that was a good jump in. And anyway, so that's Matic. And what I'm looking at is here is this is the 2 hour. 2 hour fits me perfectly for shorting. So I've been using the 2 hour for my shorts. And so you need to treat it until it says don't. So you're using a 10, 20 moving average on the 2 hour. Here you've seen it in the past. Over here, you can see, well, let me just turn the signals off. It's going to interrupt me with my, so I'll just quieten that down. Okay, so let me bring this closer mic to my mouth. Sorry. I had the mic too far away from me, so now you should be able to hear me. Sorry, guys. I need to focus, don't I? Okay. So if you know how to short, there's plenty of opportunities. It's a beautiful market for shorting at the moment. But if we look at Bitcoin, which one's a good chart for Bitcoin? That might be a good chart for Bitcoin. That's the daily. So let's look at the 4 hourly on Bitcoin. Shorting opportunities are starting to run out. And the reason being is it's becoming risky because we're coming to support. From this chart, you can see previous support was a lot there. So it makes sense that support's going to be there as well. At least now. So I wouldn't be shorting anymore. You needed to short before. So Bitcoin is is likely to start slowing down at this range, and this is my area of interest for this particular reason. And we're going to see some type of reversal pattern, hopefully. And that's on that's why I'm focused at the moment. This region, because historically it's been a lot of support, and it makes sense that we'll have support here again. Now the question is what kind of response is it going to be? That we don't know. So let's look at this scenario here. Prior breakdown, found support at this level. This wicked down a bit, but if you look on the 4 hourly, it didn't last long. And then we had the third one. Okay, and we have on the way up, even here from here to there, we even had that scenario as well. So at the end of the day, it gave us a formation of some sort. You can argue what the formation was for continuation to the upside. But this was a trend to the upside, wasn't it? So this is a massive pause, but it is a big continuation pattern. Looking here, our trend is this way. And are we going to expect a reversal? Is a question. That is, you're going against the trend or the macro trend. The trend is this way. So this was a good reason to continue on buying here because the trend was upwards, and this could have been a reversal. When I was there, I actually thought this could be a reversal. So I did stuff up a bit here. I did sell, but then I worked out that this is a fractal, and I bought back in. So you can change your plan in the middle. Don't, just because you have an idea, you got to be flexible with that idea. And now we have an idea here, you got to be flexible to change, because the information that comes through, you need to be open to it. So right now, I'm leaning towards the downside, and this is potentially a continuation pattern. However, I thought this was a reversal, and it wasn't, and it was a continuation pattern. Now I'm thinking it's a continuation pattern, and it could be a reversal. Why do I think this is a reversal? Potentially? Well, if we look at the crypto market, fear factor, let me do a refresh. So yes, I think it was 10, 18, extreme fear. Now it's still extreme fear, 10. So when you look at the fear index, when it's a lot of people are scared, it's usually a time to buy. But that doesn't mean this is this is the right time to buy. So that's outside the charts, isn't it? So what we've got to work on what the chart is. And a lot of people have many reasons to be bullish. And from my perspective, I'm 50-50. I'm bullish and I'm cautious. And that's the way to be, I think. So why am I bullish besides the fear factor? Whenever there's a big dump, so if we let's just go back a bit. This dump here, let's have a good look at this dump, because that's probably the closest dump we had. So let's get rid of the volume for the time being, and some indicators. We can see this this trend. So we had 1, 2, and a 3, and then we had this ascending pattern, and then obviously what we have. But right here, if we compare that to what we have now, let's have a closer look. So yeah, I won't go into too much detail, but in my mentoring program, we're going to look at bottoms and what makes a reversal at a macro level. So if you look at this, a big dump, this is the COVID incident, and you can see this should have been potentially a continuation pattern. If you really think about it, that's a momentum. I just made a comment that the trend's that way, and you would expect it to continue down. But it was such an extreme dump, you can tell by the wick response, but it got cut off there, right? And I think that was based on, you can see the bounce, hit the 0.5 Fibonacci. So if you can do that, every time 0.5, it will come back down and then retest. And you can see we found support at the next fib level. So let's use those principles to what we have now. And let's get rid of this one. Get rid of some of these. Okay. So if that's the Fibonacci level, and you can see it's pretty much past the 0.5. Well, the 0.5 blocked it. So it's still pretty good. This one went up a bit higher, and the fib didn't come into it really. Oh, it did actually. You could say, let's go up another one up. So there's 302. Okay, for this one here, where should I take the top? Around there. So it hit the 0.5. It went up about 0.5, but you can see that this level here, prior support, became resistance. So it's almost at 0.618. That's a good number for the bounce. And then the 0.5. Now we're coming back down again. And you can see there's similarities with that as well. What I said was the previous one. This is likely to be a reversal. Here you were seeing we've got to see a few candles. So we're on the 4 hour. Because this was a dump, an extreme drop, the first one is always a good bounce. And the second one is usually another bounce. But this is what I entered. I think I missed that one, but I think I entered there and I made my money. Now we're going to see a fight to hold this. And that's a good spot. Why is it a good spot? Let's see. If I was to look at the structure above, you can see that you can argue whatever it is. You can say it's head and shoulders, or you can say it's a triangle. But what we're going to use this for is the target. So the target is from this chart. If I do that, that's the target height, and we've reached it roughly. So we've reached our target for this micro move, and we should see potentially a reversal here. That is my thinking. Just based on this, based on the bigger picture with the dump, we had, yeah. So let's see this one, and from another perspective. I think it was. Let me see. I forgot how it was. Give me a sec. Actually, I'll just leave those. So I'll just hide them. I had a ascending wedge. All right. So I think this was it. Yeah. That was our ascending wedge. And you can say, I think it was like that. Yep. I think that was the case. Even if this, so this has been, so if it's the ascending wedge rather than, what is it? Rather than a triangle, it might go a bit lower. So the root of this ascending wedge is here, really, right there. So it might go a bit lower, just being very pedantic. So it could be the root of this starting wedge and descending wedge. So usually it comes back to the start, which is the root there. So we might able to drop a bit more, and the way it's taken, I think this will take precedence rather than this triangle breakdown. So this is the conflict, but assuming that's the case, that's the spot. We should, by all means, what am I looking for? If that's the case, I'll use the two indicators that I have, and my that's the one. I like relying on two indicators, and at the moment it's not there. As you can see, the red candle. Let's get rid of that. Well, I like to see, this is the 4 hour. So we've got on the 1 hour or 2 hour, we've got this wave trend crossing over. On the 4 hour, I like to see this crossover. That's just something like this, right? It's a good sign. Crossover, crossover, but it doesn't mean it's going to continue going up. But this is a positive move, crossover, and then I'll use a few other indicators in terms of the stochastic, see where the height of it is. But I'm looking for this as a first tick in the box. The second tick in the box I'm looking for. So this is already showing to me something's changing just by that nature. So it looks like, to me, this is a bullish divergence right there. And if this continues to go up, this grey, that's a good sign. So I'm gonna be watching this on the 4 hour, and I'll give that signal out to the guys that have joined me on my channel. I'm going to automate that if I can. But yeah, so I'm looking for for this type of scenario to play out, and I'll be watching the candlesticks. Candlesticks are pretty important. Um, you want to see what's the word? Uh, Something like this where you see a bunch of wicks on the bottom. So this is the 4 hour. You can see how many wicks there. There's about four, one, two, yeah, maybe five 4 hour candles fighting that out before it goes up. And this is what we're going to look for over here. Some type of defense to the downside with the candlesticks. And while that's happening, you want to see a bullish divergence. So I'm not going to go into the bullish divergence, but I will use the bullish divergence as a means of measuring what's going on. And at the moment, let's see what that's doing. Let's add, let's split this screen. And we could get rid of some of this. All right, okay, where is that? Oh, she doesn't go away. Oh, it's part of the group. Bummer. All right, so if we to add, and I can get rid of these ones for this, which I've got on the left, I'll add RSI, MACD. Just want to see. So yeah, there is a bullish divergence taking place on the lower time frame. So this is the 30-minute chart, and so far so good. Okay, so we are seeing divergence come into play, and what we need to do is also look at the 4-hour candles and look for an entrance from that perspective. So this is what is this? This is, so what I'll do is a 4-hour. That's it, and the combination of this, the indicators as well as the candlesticks, will give me some idea that we're going up. So what I want to do is, with the small time frames, just keep an eye on this level, and similarly I'll see what's going on there. So it's up to you guys. All these tools are available, freely available on. If you've got a free account, then you're not be able to get indicators. But if you're a subscriber, you will be able to get indicators, except for this one here, which is proprietary. And so you need to look for stuff like this. So we've set the expectations, and now we're going to look for the signs for confirmation based on the micro TA. And I think we're close, very close. Either way, this is a strong support area, and if it's not a reversal, so be it. But it's also a good entry, and so shorting is not a good spot now. The alts might rally. So if we look at Ethereum, is pretty much in the same boat. So here with Ethereum, I had this head and shoulders breakdown, and realistically, that would have been the target there. The root, that would have been the target. Let me see if there's another way of measuring that. So if that's a head to the body, and see there's that. So that's been already reached. So that was the target for this head and shoulders. This ascending wedge, if this is the right one, that's one level. So we've pretty much reached it, going down more. So there could be a scenario where that's not the right wedge. Let me see if there's another one. Is this the one? So maybe this is the line. If that's the line for Ethereum, it's here. The root's there. So this might have a bit more to go down for Ethereum. And this is the way of, I suppose, being flexible with your ideas. Because formations. There's formations within formations, and you can see I see the head and shoulders. That target was done, and there was a bounce, and now this other. So this one is invalid because we didn't see much of a response really. So this one here we can get rid of, and I can get rid of this now. And this ascending wedge is pretty much the one I'm thinking is taking place. And it's I can justify that, I suppose, just by so if that's the case, that's a B, a C, a D, and a E, which is a double top. So that was a good shorting position there, which I took, and I cancelled. Yeah, I collected along the way, but that was my shorting position. I probably got stopped out or collected some. Can't remember, tell the truth. So many trades, but there's plenty of trading opportunities, and I think the 2 hour for this Ethereum was in place, and now, yeah. So if you didn't get that, too late. I think I got it. No, I did something else. I did on this one. I did BNB. So I'm shorting BNB at this point, right there for BNB's equivalent. Um, and that's pretty much all I have for Ethereum. Now, in the big picture, let's look at the big picture for these guys. What am I doing? Let's go to the weekly. And this is the concern. So yeah, there's a if you look at this one here, you can see that let's see here, right? And get rid of some of these lines. You can see a few scenarios. A dump, there's a big dump there, there's a big dump there, and we've got our big dump. These are our reference points. I suppose this one is more relevant as well. So we're looking at the dumps, and let's look at the volume with these dumps. So this dump is pretty much equivalent to the COVID dump, isn't it? So let's just push that up a bit. You can see the COVID dump was here. This dump is just as hard. So what happened after the COVID dump? It went. This is even better because we've got 1, 2, 3. So if this is a spot around here, potentially that's right there where it's 28, 29. If this doesn't hold, that will be a perfect entry right there, based on the dumping theory. The Dow theory pretty much says there's a response to any dump. I had it somewhere before. Can't recall. Here we go. It's called a reaction rally. So after a big dump, we have a reaction rally, and so that's why there's a lot of people are bullish. The fear is there, which was the COVID scenario. The fear was there. This was another fear. Although the volume is low, this is Binance, so you can't really use that one there because Binance didn't have much customers there, so that volume is not relevant. But Binance have a lot of customers, so we can say in COVID time, these volumes are much more applicable. Now this is looking at USDT. So we're looking at USDT. We need to combine both US dollars and other utility coins to really get the volume and through different exchanges. So let's have a look at what's another big exchange. Let's just maximize that. Let's look at the weekly on that one too. I'm gonna just get some other reference. I think it was so Coinbase will be a good one, I think. Let's look at their volume and see what's going on there. What would they be mostly trading in? US dollars or yeah, probably USDT as well, wouldn't it? Coinbase. I think that'll be more applicable. So no, they haven't got a history of that. USDT. It's recent. So BTC USD, we just US dollars. All right. So that's Coinbase's US dollars history, and let's just add the volume. Actually, okay, volume. So you can see it's slightly different to Binance, I suppose. Still, so the COVID here was higher, high volume. The rally was high, and this is still high, but on Binance it's a higher. So just want to, yeah. So you can see here that there's a high volume as well, and on the weekly, yes. So let's do the comparisons. So the volume is consistent with the drop with two major exchanges. Just want to compare that. So this is US dollars. This one is Tether. Okay. So let's just look at one more aspect. If I split this up and I want to look at Coinbase by Tether. I want to see their volume. Doesn't really give doesn't really give you much, does it? So when they've been since May, they've been using Tether. Interesting. So that's not going to help. Actually, BTC USD. What's another one? Bitstamp, I think. It's not as it used to be, is it? Yeah. So Bitstamp's volume's not impressive anymore. It's dropped down a lot. Can't really use that one. All right. Back to where we were. So if we use this as a guide, volume-based profiling, um, then we should expect a rally somewhere soon. So let's just get rid of this. And if we look at this over here, that so today this candle, end of Sunday, is pretty much a bearish candle. So if we on the weekly, that doesn't look good. There's nothing green about that. So it's going to be hard to convince anyone really that this is a good point to jump in. This might go down more based on that candle. That is a bearish candle. Like, I mean, a major rejection on the weekly. There's no strength in that at all. That's why I'm cautious about the reversal based on that coming down. Previously, you can see here on that dump, we had a green candle the next week, and here it's just red. So this is the caution. You gotta be bullish. There's no reason why it can't be reversed, but closing on a candle like that it's not encouraging at all. And I can't see that is a what's it called, upside down hammer, which I forgot what it's called. But that is not a bullish candle. The next one we've got to see the next candle, the weekly. So the weekly is going to be too long. So let's look at the indicator. The weekly indicator is still downward momentum for both. So there's no good news on the weekly, and but we're looking for it. So going long is, there's no reason to go long at this point. So now I'm going to go to the 5 day and see if there's anything that gives us different opinion. The 5 day, you can see it's starting to curve, and even this, the wave trend, the signals are getting closer together. So in 5 days, or the 5 day chart, remember I said it will take a few days, or 5 candles, or 4 candles for the 4 daily candles to show reversal. This is playing into it, because we are seeing a momentum change slightly there. So the 5 day doesn't give us it gives us an idea that something's happening. So let's look at the 3 day. So the 3 day was going on its way. Then we got the dump, the pullback. So the 3 day hasn't made it. It would have been ideal for the 3 day to do that. So again, no sign above the 50%. You want to see it above 50%, like these ones, where the grey goes above, and then you have this reversal. So this is way below. It's down the bottom, like this. So the COVID one actually fits that scenario. But what you're going to see is this grey. See how the grey goes up? Our grey is pretty high here. So what is that? Give us a sec. 44%. So that's encouraging. So what we want to see on the, so that's a 3 day. Let's look at the 2 day. So the 2 days up. The 2 day can make this go sideways. Almost, this is almost complementing. So I would like to see the 2 day wave trend crossover. Even the daily hasn't crossed over either. Oh, it has crossed, but it's hugging the bottom. So on the daily, we're still heading down. So just based on these daily candles anyway. So that's pretty much. So on the daily, we still have downward momentum, but on the bigger time frames, we're slowing down to the downward direction. That's my take on it. That we are slowing down. It makes sense why we're slowing down, because that's previous support. Is it enough to give us a reversal? We need another day, to tell the truth. So the weekly candle, I like to see the weekly candle close. I do think Bitcoin's going to drop a bit, hold this area or drop a bit more. And so I reserve my judgment for another day. So I like to see after the weekly candle close, just like this one here. I want to see this candle close, and then I want to see the daily candle tomorrow, come Monday, what happens. So I'll hold back. As you can see, MACD's come down all the way here, which is interesting. So this was prior support on the RSI on the weekly, and that you can see that that's a change in trend, just like this took place. When it's below 50, that line, we had a change in trend, which was around here. So that was a indicator that we are changing trend. Here we are, another indicator that we've changed trend, and we are likely to go down more. The only time I'll change my mind is when this goes above 50%. And the MACD is pretty much bearish. Is it done? Don't know. MACD is a bit slower than these two. These two are a bit more quicker responding. But so yeah, I would see a few more 4-hour candles I want to see. So that's where we are. The 4-hour chart. That's why I want to see the 4-hour. First, number one is that it's in that range. This band here, it's coming down to. If it goes below it, and that is very much more bearish, I like to see it turn just like these guys here at this level on the 4-hour. So I'm watching that wave trend signal change. Usually, if that was to happen, this would have also go up, and then I'll like to see on a short time period what that's taken place. So back to the candlesticks. We've got to see a few candlesticks on the 4 hour have a battle. It could go a bit lower to this range. So 31 could be a good range. 31 will basically tell us that it's a double bottom there, including this one here with the wick, which is a triple bottom. And usually that's a good sign. And the bearish, a bullish divergence is playing out at the moment in a small time frame. So that's basically what to look for, guys. And that's what I'm looking for. I gave you my thoughts about this. Based on the volume, I'm bullish, but based on the candlesticks, I'm bearish. So thanks. Someone's giving me 100 coins. Thank you. So based on that, I'm in neutral ground. I'm not making up my mind. I'm not going to jump in. It's better to be sure than be sorry putting all your money in. Just be patient. Wait for this a few 4 hour candles to give us an indication. Then we look at the RSI. Then we look at the bigger time frames, and then we go from there. Okay. And we looked at Ethereum. Ethereum's pretty much in the same boat. I think Ethereum's got a bit more to go down. And if you miss that shorting, so be it. Matic, let's see, Matic is a bit more bullish. So Matic is, it's already, I think it might hold this level. And so this is a 2 hour chart. I think Matic will stay in that range. This could be a nice buying dip. You're going to take your chances, but I think that's a good area to buy the dips, those wicks, because Bitcoin is already, what's the word? Bitcoin is already going to fight that sideways battle on the 4 hour that for the next day, and that's a chance you got to take, because if Bitcoin goes bullish, you already accumulated and you're about to go up. But if Bitcoin fails that battle, then you're going to lose a lot of money. Oh no, you don't have to. You just put your stop limit somewhere, but you'll make a loss. But risk versus reward ratio, that could be a lot. Now, one thing I didn't cover with all the reason why I see a bounce at this level um, is pretty much, let's see, the Elliott scenario. We've got the waves, and the waves from 3 to 4 is usually complex, and the complex, and that's where we are. We're in a complex phase, and this is usually to strip your money. And there's A, B, C. Okay, every wave. So this is you gotta know the basics at least. All right. There's always a correction wave. So we're in the correction wave. I think to many we're here. The question is, where is 4? Where is this? Could be A right now, and the rally could be B, and then number 4. So what we're going to do is have A, B, C. Now this is what we're looking for. The point A. Is it deeper? We don't know. And so we're going to have this market correction. And guys, it's not bearish. This is normal. This is, be confident. This is not a bear market. This is a correction. So this correction is, you got to time it. So selling it and buying it lower, wherever that lower is, that's another discussion. But I do expect that bounce. But just trying to find that entry is what we're looking for, what we're discussing for that bounce, and then down. This, I reckon that's about 50k. If we're lucky, 50k, and then down. And usually, I won't go into it. So that's another lesson. And then continue on, and it could be, wave 5 could be 100k. This is not unusual. That will be next. They reckon this could be. A lot of them think by this year this could happen. So one method is just hold your coins and just ride it out. So I'm already 50% out, and I'm gonna jump in and make that profit, and then I'll be probably 80% out once I figure out what that is and go down. Um, there is that slight chance that it could do it could do a double bottom. Just that slight chance where it could go up. Anyway, I'll make up my mind when we come there. So we are doing that A, B, C, D. Is this the A? Is that the B? And we're looking for the C somewhere down there, wherever that is. I do know if we get here, I have a very good feeling where C is. I'm pretty confident with the C, but that's another session. So I think looking at the time, yeah, we're close to doing how long have we been? Nearly an hour. So hopefully that's helpful. I think I've covered what I want to cover. While Bitcoin does this, there will be chances for the alts to go up. And if we look at Litecoin's dropping. Matic is holding. And what this is a good tool. I'm still trying to get familiar with it, but all these red things are basically saying these red bands are basically saying oversold, pretty much. And so we're in that range where we just like here we have a bounce. So we had that bounce, and now we're coming back down. And for Matic, for instance, I see this channel, and it's still within that channel. And a lot of the alts will be in that scenario. Yeah, so I just got, what's my ADA? Let's see what ADA's doing. ADA's a bit weaker. ADA broke out of that. So ADA's likely, let's see, if this is the case, ADA's already broken that level. So that was the first target. Based on this, that was the first target. Let me just draw this line. If this is the right channel, that is the target. Sorry, actually, no. There is another scenario. Very much like our Bitcoin as well. Yeah, that could be the cut. Yeah, so that is there. This range here. So it's one of these two, the channel or the wedge. So that's pretty much ADA. I do see ADA coming down a bit more. So it's reached, yeah, so it's reached that target. It's likely to come down here. Right down here. I think that makes sense. And if this is if it's the wedge, that's the target here. So ADA's not quite there yet. It's going to come down a bit more. And if I use this right, we're out there. So I think ADA, this might be the bottom for ADA. Maybe you could level in. Buy there, and if it drops some more, buy more, and then pretty much up. And if you're looking from a distance, makes sense. Yeah, that does make sense. It's very similar to the Bitcoin one, where you got the trend line. You got two layers. Whoops. So that's the two layers for the triangle. And if I was to do my ABCs, that's my A, that's my B, that's my C, that's my D, and potentially up. So that's a bullish perspective. So it's a different triangle. If it was to come down here, could be down there. That still meets a similar story. So if I can do that, yep, that's possible. That makes sense. That wick, that line, and that line for ADA, and so I'll keep an eye on that. That would be a good spot for ADA to come into as well. I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. If you want to post any questions, I don't see any questions coming in. So everyone's listening, thank you. If you've got one or two questions, and then I'll be wrap it up. I'll give you a few moments to ask questions. Let's see on YouTube if there's anyone on YouTube. Okay. See if there's anyone watching on YouTube. Now, for watching on YouTube, they've got no comments. Okay, so yep, no comments there. And Ethereum, how deep? Well, I think I did that, didn't I? Where are we? Okay, so that's Ethereum. So you can see I had Ethereum at one level, 618 level. So we're pretty much there now. That's based on fib. Just by measuring the fib levels, we're there at the moment. Let me see which chart will have the right tools. Okay. So yeah, I did discuss Ethereum. Sorry, I did. This was a chart that I discussed it on. So this is one level. I do think Ethereum could potentially come down here to 2,100. Oh, hold on, 2,150 potentially. So it's not quite there yet. And yeah, so that's my entry here. I would say this is my Ethereum entry. That box there. Based on this ascending wedge, I've ruled out reasons for the others. So this area is for Ethereum. That's root. That's confluence with the structure, and it's reached its target. So once it reaches target, it's delivered, and then it's like a reset. And then you got to watch the candlesticks. How deep? That's it for Ethereum at the moment. And then I'm expecting potentially a reversal from there. Pretty much, they all got very similar patterns, don't they? This one actually is slightly different. So I'm looking in the coming days, and I don't know how long it will take, something like that. So if we get that response, maybe, and then up. So this is my A here. That's my A, B, C. You probably get a rejection there. And then somewhere here, this looks like a reversal pattern. But I can't say this until I see this take place. If C is the point, and then it goes up, then I would look at the W formation. So what is that? Let me draw this out. There's two scenarios of a reversal. You got price coming down, hits a high, and then does a lower high. Sorry, high or low, and then up. So give me a sec. I think this is better to draw. So this could be that there, and up it goes. The other one is obviously takes another formation where it comes down one more and then up. So this is a 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could take two scenarios for that. So that's why it's important to get this right, because it gives you the luxury of that. If it's going to pull back, then you can sell it there, and most people will most likely sell there and come back and then buy the dip. So I would, if I was buying here, I would sell 30 or 40% here, and then get that percentage and chuck it back in there, because this will be a higher low than this. So that's a strategy that I'll use. All right, what else we got? Thank you. What level do you see BTC going in the final wave? No, that's for my group. No. I said for the bottom, I want to be paid for that, because people make money. So you give me a subscription, and I'll tell you stuff like that. No, I'd rather make money off that, because that's a good money. You're gonna make money. I want to make money. So if you're interested, yeah, I did mention that that if you want that signal for reversal, yep, $50. All right, no freebies on that one. What indicators are you using? Okay, we did that. RSI, MACD, wave trend. Wave trend's a good one. Wave trend is from what's his name? I modified mine one, but wave trend, I like it. It's Lazy Bear. So if you add Lazy Bear's wave trend, I just modified it so I can get a clearer picture of the crossovers and so on. But yeah, Lazy Bear wave trend's pretty good. Phoenix is proprietary, so you can't get access to this unless you ask Wyckoff. What's his name? David. So I'll give it to you, but you got to ask him. He's the man. And let's see. What I need to do is change this to people. Oh, how do I search people? Oh, you go. People. Surely, where is he? Is that him? Actually, give me a sec. Look at me. I got banned these two for mentioning outside media. So I got to be careful what I say. Where am I? Where am I? Following. This one here. That's his tool. Wyckoff mode. That's his script. And you need to ask him for that Phoenix indicator. That's his. So I asked him and he's lent it to me. So very generous man, and you should follow him. He's very good at his diagnosis, but it's a different way. But I use his tool. So that's that. So I'll give you a reference there. Yeah, Lazy Bear. Yep. Wave trend, Lazy Bear. So that's the one. This one here is Wyckoff mode. That's his. And I like it a lot. At times it helps me, and you can see the times where they cross over. Which one? This is a daily. You can find the bottoms. A combination of this and a few other. You gotta know how to use this tool, basically. Whatever tool you use, guys, be good at it. So I added ascending Phoenix straight from indicators. Okay. I added ascending Phoenix straight from the indicators. Which one's that? Oh, Does that work? That's the same one as mine. You will get an error, I think, unless it's oh no, it's free. There's no lock on it. Oh, you're right. He's made it freely available, I think. Hold on. Surely. Now I know what's going on. I'm going to get that script and diagnose what he's done, how he's done it, what the source is. I better let him know. Maybe he's got, yes. That doesn't make sense. So it's the same script. Yeah, you're right. Don't need to ask him. It's there. Yeah, you're right. It used to be locked, so he's obviously changed it. As I said, he's a very generous man, very good man, but he's starting a signal service. You need to understand how to use a tool, so that's pretty important. It takes a fair bit of observation, but I'm interested in knowing how he's put this script together and what his source is, because I'm interested in writing scripts as well, being from an IT background. So yeah, full-time trader now for a few years. Here's a story for you guys while you're while you're on there. When I got involved in Bitcoin, I think it was here. Hold on. No, not even there. I bought my first Bitcoin at $300. Had I known, yeah, had I known it was going to be like this, I should have bought more and kept it. I shouldn't even trade it, just hold it. But anyway, it just shows you what you think is cheap back then, or sorry, what you think is expensive now could be cheap. 5 years from now, this could be very cheap. So this could go up to $1 million in 5-10 years, and you're going what 30,000, 40,000. That's expensive. Your audio is very low. Yeah, I don't know how to fix that. Is it my microphone? My microphone's pretty good. It looks like I might have to buy another mic. This is probably not the best mic out. So yeah, I'm gonna buy a mic. I think listening to a few of my playbacks, the mic's very soft, and I think I need to buy one. Anyway, I'll need another screen and another mic. All right, let's look at this. Can you explain the yellow dots on the Phoenix? Okay. Well, you can see my yellow dots are black. And that is basically explaining pressure. So, yeah, those black dots are basically showing there's pressure. In other words, divergences building up. That's pretty much divergence building up. And when you look at it, you can see there's always a reversal with these dots. But the dots could go on for weeks. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen then and there. It's just showing you that there's pressure. Overextension is the word I would use. Overextended. And anyway, that's what it is. Now, I've got the mic right in my mouth, so hopefully it's a bit better. I'm watching. No more questions. No more. Let me look at YouTube, see if there's any questions there. Okay. How do you know from your elite wave lines, huh? Give me a sec. Elliott wave trader, yes. No. I'm not Elliott wave trader. I need to know Elliott waves. Yeah, you just need to understand the fundamentals. I don't rely on Elliott waves. I just need to know what the chart's doing from an Elliott wave perspective. There are a few conditions on Elliott waves. You just need to know the basics to understand what's going on, like the correction and the impulses. So, yeah, I'm not an Elliott wave expert. You need to be an expert to use it properly. How do you form your Elliott wave lines? Okay. No lessons here. There's plenty of material out there. How have you looked at NEM
It seems to have broken through its support. How do you know? How low do you think it will go? All right, so where's your subscription? Okay. Subscription, contact me direct because I get in trouble. I get banned. I get banned for putting any subscription. Actually, I might put in my signature. So I'll update my signature, and you can see my website. But more importantly, you can contact me directly. But I'll update my because I got banned, and I wasn't sure what I got banned for. So these two, I think there's nothing in there that tells you in here that I was referring to an external website on the post, but in my commentary I did, and therefore I got banned. So what I'm going to do is I'll put my Telegram channel in there, and so I'm allowed to do that. I could put in my Telegram reference, but I didn't realize where I changed that because I didn't realize it was not that, but my wording. So they got bots that listen to you, and if you break the rules, they ban you for 24 hours for doing posting. So be careful. That's why I'm careful now. But yeah, I'll put in my signature or contact me direct. And what am I looking at now? I can see Bitcoin, bit of a green candle. Let's see what's doing there. No, it's not the one I wanted. Let's just get rid of all this crap. Okay, so this is my 4-hour chart. Let's look at the 2-hour. So 2 hours crossed over as well. Give us a sec. Yeah, it might be good good signs at the moment. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting a response, but nothing special yet. As I said, I think it will come down one more notch down. What do I think? One more notch down. Remember that? Remember, if you look at charts, there's always a wave of three. So 1, 2, 3, and if in the smaller picture, 1, 2, 3. So I'm expecting the third, and that's basically the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Elliott wave, which is A, B, C. But yeah, that's basically what I count. I count the three, and that last part could be a bit lower. Yeah, so I'm counting the that's why I think it makes sense, just a bit lower. So what happens? The first one's usually, well, in this case, the first one here is usually that one there, and then each one should get smaller, but in this case it didn't. It's about the same. So this could be the same as the previous one or longer. Um, but yeah, that's what I'm looking at that as well. So get familiar with counting the waves. ICP, please. So NEM and ICP. All right. And I'll leave it there. So let me look at ADA for a sec. That's 6 hours. Yeah, I'll do the 1 hour. Let me see the 1 hour. The squeeze is there. Yeah, so I could see how this hit the outer ring, pulled back in, and why is this not expanded? So on ADA, I got the buy signal just there on the 15-minute. Looking at the 1 hour, yeah, ADA looks good on the 1 hour as well. I like to see it break this one, but I do see ADA sort of making a turn. Remember I said while Bitcoin's finding its bottom, the alts will start rallying. So but that's what happens when the alts start rallying. Then the Bitcoin drops down again, and the alts drop. So you got to be careful your entrance, because you know what it's like. It's taking its power off Bitcoin. When the alts rally, they flip back to alt, from Bitcoin to alts, and then it weakens up Bitcoin, and then it drops. So it needs to be a good balance. Anyway, let me look at ADA for a sec. I did talk about ADA approaching its level. Yeah, hit the 618 or the 302. So that could be a good level. Yeah, that to me that looks like that's more likely. Just ignore that. Potentially, this could be a good entrance for ADA. Potentially, because there's a 382 level as well. And if I look across, yeah, see that previous resistance support. That's a good line for ADA. If I bring that down a bit more, yeah. When was that? Gives it a look. 30 minutes. Yeah, it's got a lot of confluence there. So ADA, yeah, that's a good spot for ADA. And we didn't get a signal yesterday. Yeah, we've got a buy signal as well. Yep, and they got the wicks momentum. So I'm going to buy some ADA, level in, and take my chances. Give me a sec, guys. In my case, I'm not chucking my money in. I'm chucking my Bitcoin in. Matic. Yeah, so Matic's got a bull. Yeah, so that's the 15-minute. Okay. Let me see. And what I want to do is yeah, Matic's doing it as well. Yep. Got a signal for buy signal there as well as bull signal coming in place. I would like to see that 15-minute candle close, but look, it's looking good as well. It's broken that channel's bottom half, so Matic is looking bullish as well. I wouldn't go 100% in. I'll just level in. Yep. So we've got resistance here. This is a major resistance for Matic. So you might want to wait for that to break before you jump in. But it definitely broke a key resistance. So this could be resistance, guys, for Matic. that's the scenario where you just because it was doing well, it's got resistance, and this resistance is significant for Matic. It should pass, I would think. But so that's A, B, C, D. I think you'll just keep an eye on it. This is a breakout trade here, so I would use this as a breakout trade because we've got resistance here. That's the line. So what's the value on that line? So value, if it breaks that value, I think it will go up. Although it's got this other resistance as well. So there's two levels. It needs a break to go bullish. So not so easy. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just move that there. Those are the weak. Yeah. So there's two levels. Birding, think it's right and sure. Yeah, Ethereum's it's on the support line that I had. So Ethereum is looking good, and that 15-minute signal is all. It's only a 15-minute signal. I like to see. I think it was 2 hour. Was it 2 hour? Yeah, the 2 hour. So Ethereum's not going nowhere until it breaks a 2 hour. This moving average, it needs to break that. So potentially to go bullish with Ethereum, it's still, yeah. Don't expect to go crazy up. So whatever you buy, guys buy in, don't expect to go up because they all have major resistances. They all drop. A few of them have dropped major resistance. So this one here is dropped this level. Now this is going to be acting as resistance for a while. So Ethereum, even if it reverses, the question is, what's your expectations? This is likely to come back down. So this has got the moving average is coming there. This is likely to hit it. People would likely to short it, come back down, and then you want to see it reverse some way. Basically, that's Ethereum, which lines up with Bitcoin's potential reversal as well. Okay, so what happens is people here, like for instance here, right? Price falls, they short. Price falls, they short. Price falls, they will short. It's the trend. So on the 2 hour, that is the trend. They'll stop shorting until it stops. It breaks that level. So this will continue down, and they'll keep shorting, but they'll be cautious now because of this level. So they'll probably short. So price will come. They'll do short. That's your. So this will be a A. That will be a B. They'll short it. There'll be a C, and then they won't short it. Some might short it, and then yeah. So it's a dangerous area to short. But you can see the behaviors taking place. Why we keep dropping? Because the trend is going down. But now, if that's our support, there's probably one more short left in it. Thank you. All right, so ICP. All right, and I'll wrap it up after that. Let me look at YouTube, see if anyone's asking questions. Okay, yep, no YouTube questions. Let's just get a new chart. Actually, I'll just I don't want to lose that. That's what I'll do is I'll just load it. I might have it ICP. No, none of that. So I've got a new chart. Yeah, I can see why you want to get this. So actually, it's still pretty expensive, isn't it? 100. Well, that's a level, isn't it? It's never gone below that level. So you would think, if I look on the 4 hour, and if I add my templates, give me a sec. Got one. So it was doing a bullish divergence, then it got rejected right there. Now it's pulled back again. So it was headed for a reversal right there. This was a beautiful spot, and it got rejected. Bummer. So that bullish divergence was playing out, and then it got rejected. So now I would say this will go sideways for a while. And I'll count. So what happened was this was a line. You can see it. This was the line that broke. So now I'll be suspicious of it, because I count the 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth wave is probably lower based on this. So this is 3 to 4 on the way down. I would think you could do a double bottom. Don't get me wrong. But I think it will go more likely to go down than go up. Number one, and if it was, it will find that as a resistance, because that's been very strong support. So that'll be a shorting opportunity. If it comes up there, I'll short. Most likely, I'll short. I'll look at the scenario, but yeah, that's my ICP. Can you see the number? Can we can't see the numbers levels? What do you mean by numbers levels? Okay. It's what I'm using a 4K screen, unfortunately. Actually, there is a tool that can make these numbers bigger, can't it? Hold on. What was that? I remember that was you can make it bigger. Appearance. Ah, here we go. That's better. Here we go. Is that better? So that was there. 133. 106. Someone should have mentioned this before. Bummer. Anyway, that's a bit better, I suppose. Yeah, so I'm looking at this level as a shorting opportunity, really. 132. It's just got too much support history. Now it will just act as resistance, and if anything, this level as well, the horizontal level. So it could be both, one or the other. For ICP, I did Matic, guys. That's pretty much it. I think I'll wrap it up. If you want to talk to me, contact me directly, or any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. But that's a wrap up. I'm gonna have some tea, have some lunch, 12:30, and thanks for joining me, and hopefully it helps you out. Okay, have a nice day. Cheers.